how we doing? So the main part of the day, you've got the other video I put up, putting my chains up. This has been on and off all day, but we're up to, what have I done? I've done 500 miles, so you know, I've done a bit. I've got a couple of hours left, 2 hours and 45. It is tiring. It's sat on this shit all the time, but this is a bit bad here because there's a little bit of a pass. I've just gone over another pass, didn't have the chain up, so I'm happy about that. Only once a day. We don't want to be chaining up more than once a day. That's not on, is it? My main thing is trying to keep the bloody wipers from freezing up. The wipers keep freezing up. I've got the blower blowing on the screen, everything like that on the windscreen, but it's still just fucking freezing the things up, and I have to keep stopping every hour, if that, and smash all the ice off. You can see the other side. I didn't bother last time I stopped, but I ain't looking out that side, which is quite annoying. You can get heated wipers. I will have a word when we get back in the yard and see what we can do with some heated wipers. Need something. I can't be stopping. The problem is stopping as well, where I don't really want to be stopping because it's trying to get going again. If it's like this, you pull up a slip road and trying to get going on the slip road is a bit naughty. You don't want to risk silly thing just having to stop to get going again and waste that bit of time, you know what I mean? So we've got no chains on now. Don't run chains on this. So I'm just starting to go into the mountains, and it did get a bit windy back yonder, but that's calmed down, so that's a little better. One good thing, it's Sunday and people aren't out. There ain't a lot of traffic out, so that's a good thing, which I'm happy about. I'm at 690 now, 690 miles. So if I can do another 90 miles, get it down to 600. We'll see what it's like. If it's going to be like this, I'm going to run my time out. I can run an extra hour on because of the bad weather. The swinging chains, they'll let you extend to another hour's driving in bad weather conditions. So that's nice of them. So I could do another hour, but we'll see how I get on. I'm a bit done with it today, to be fair. It's down at -5 now, so if it could drop down to -10 or something like that, I'd be quite happy because it'd be a lot stickier then. Don't make any sense, I know, but it is. It takes all the moisture out and you get a bit more traction then. So I won't get over Lookout. I won't get as far as Lookout Pass. We'll try that tomorrow. But I've been watching the satellite. There hasn't been any fresh snow. I don't know what the forecast is. I haven't even looked because there's no other way around anyway. I'm going this way, and that's all there is to it. So we'll just little steady away, plodding, pecking at them miles. It did get really bad earlier. There was it wasn't really snow. It was just like fine, not even hailstone or rain, because it was down at -2, so it was too cold to snow, and the visibility was getting terrible. It really was getting shitty. I nearly packed it in, but I was watching at my satellite and I could see that I was nearly out of it. You know, that's one of the good glory things. Let's talk about the old days. People say about the good old days again. I'm going to go on about that. We didn't have satellite, but we got satellite now, so you can see the weather. I can watch the weather. We had none of that shit. You know what I mean? I've got my telephone that gives me alert. The CB gives me an alert if the weather's going to turn really naughty. So you've got a lot more help. ABS, all that traction control malarkey. Sometimes you don't really want it, but it is worth a lot more than it isn't, if you know what I mean. Definitely is. So there's a lot. I think it's now at this present moment of time, I think it's the best ever time to be a truck driver. Well, it is out here. I know there's problems in England that really piss me off with basically the thieving, and in Europe. I think that's freaking terrible. That was happening when I was over there. When I first came back from Spain, that was happening. That was 20 years ago now. And that was I've been robbed in Watford Gap. They had the curtain slashed. I had a load of sportswear on. That all got stolen out the back. It's horrible. You sat in that cab, I don't care who you are. It's fucking frightening. You got 3 big blokes all chucking your shit out at the side. You peek out the mirror and have a look, and it's like, whoa, I ain't getting out there. I ain't paid to be a security guard, that is for sure. So you're sat in there waiting for the police to come, and you're waiting. By that time, they've gone. They're out of there, out of the back of Watford Gap, gone. Here's your crime number, son. So this is 20 years. This has been happening. All this theft in England, from lay-bys, diesel theft, all that shit. And what they're doing, it's obviously whatever they're doing isn't working, because there's no deterrent or anything. It happens in the cities over here, but it very rarely, it won't happen out here. I very rarely lock the back door on the trailer when I'm away from a city or anything like that. But it is, I think that is really bad, and the parking in England is diabolical in your services. But apart from that, the actual truck, to be a truck driver, this is so rough. To be a truck driver nowadays, with all your cab toys and shit like that, you know, your telly, your internet, all that stuff, it's got to be the best time. And they are the dogs, aren't they? You know, you look at some of them Scanias and the Volvos, the way they finish